do Labour MPs want to go through the lobby and directly vote to let those two individuals out of prison?
Andy Burnham, as Prime Minister, promised to review the scheme. However, it means that 2 of the 3 killers of PC Andrew Harper will still be up for early release. The officer who served with the Thames Valley Force was killed in 2019 when he was dragged by a car down a country road as 3 teenagers fled the scene of a quad bike theft. Here with us in the Newsnight studio is the Conservative Police and Crime Commissioner for the Thames Valley Force, on which PC Harper served. He's Matthew Barber. Welcome to Newsnight. Today, your Chief Constable said he certainly would consider joining the Police Federation Union in possible legal action against the government to bar these 2 men coming out. Do you back him?
Absolutely. We're at the stage at the moment of the Police Federation seeking some legal advice to find out what routes there would be, and I would certainly support the Chief Constable and the Federation in looking at all those legal avenues we've got. But I think there is another avenue, which actually you outlined in that interview with the Victims Minister, which is actually just about changing the legislation. So I'm supporting the idea of an amendment when that emergency legislation comes to Parliament in September, because the government can very easily exclude these individuals. That's not retrospective legislation. It's about how you describe people in the new legislation that will be passed. It can be done very easily. Either ministers are being very badly advised by saying they can't do it, or they simply don't want to do it. And I think it's a big mistake. I think the government have an opportunity before that legislation comes to Parliament in September to backtrack on this, to do the right thing and to exclude those individuals from early release. Otherwise, they're going to be in a really difficult situation, I think, when Parliament returns, where potentially their MPs get forced into a situation where they have to vote directly. Do Labour MPs want to go through the lobby and directly vote to let those 2 individuals out of prison?
You actually wrote to Prime Minister Burnham and the new Justice Secretary last month, I understand, urging the government to, specifically about this case, consider blocking their early release. Did you get a response?
I've had no response to either of those letters. We've had nothing. The Chief Constable also wrote to the Prime Minister and as of today has had no response either. And it is ironic that, as you say, that this is the case that kicked off the huge public controversy about this legislation. Lots of problems with the legislation more broadly, and of course it's welcome that rapists and sex offenders will now be excluded, even though only a few months ago the government was saying that wasn't possible and whipping their MPs to keep those offenders on the list.
Okay.
But now they're making these changes. It's ironic that they won't go that extra step to deal with Andrew's killers. And this isn't retrospective. What this change would do would be to put them back to the same position they were in when they were first convicted. This would not create a new offence. The retrospective bit actually is what the Sentencing Act does. That comes in after they were convicted and says we're now going to change things. What I'm suggesting is that actually we just put them back to the situation they were in when they were convicted of that offence. And I'm glad that Andy Burnham says he really wants to do this, he just can't find a way, because I think there is a way. And I'm really keen to present that to the Prime Minister and say, here's a really easy way of doing it. If you're so keen, here you go.